We're here at the Manufacturing Innovations Conference, run by Integrated STEM and sponsored by Orica. We're really excited to be running this event, as the idea is that it's going to inspire STEM in our students and try and get them to pursue careers down the track in these fields. For Orica, we have our Orica Impact Fund, which we've been able to utilise to help sponsor this event. And the key bit for us is making a positive impact in our local communities, and this is one of the key things that we're able to get out of this conference. A common misconception is that you need to travel to a big city to study STEM, but actually we have a pipeline of opportunities here within our region. We love our region and we've got great options for studies through to postgraduate onto programs like the Orica Graduate Program. And I think it would be really beneficial to see our students pursue their STEM careers right here.
So we started the day off here at TAFE, did a short briefing, and then we jumped straight on the bus. One of the things we're really passionate about here at Integrated STEM is getting kids out and about in the local community, seeing what businesses are up to, and Decisive Technologies was a fantastic place to go and see that. They are working with local manufacturers to solve problems right here in Toowoomba.
Yeah, it was really exciting to have integrated STEM and students from Laidley and a few work experience students that we've had for the last few days here as part of the event. I mean, the goal for today was to open the students' minds as to what robotics is in industry, but not just robotics. Everything that goes around robotics. So it's the 3D design, electrical, mechanical, safety, all of those components that they might not have thought about before. So we showed the students a palletizing robot and the control and cell design that goes around that. We also showed them a collaborative welding robot and how that gets programmed, as well as some mostly 3D printed robots that we've manufactured previously that we had some work experience students show a demo on. And upstairs the students were learning about 3D design and how they can generate components using 3D CAD and make them come to life with 3D printing. So we're starting to see a lot of adoption of these technologies within industry, as well as a big government push to get more of this technology into industry. And so it's very important for the students to familiarise with themselves with the technology early so that they can become confident with it when they reach industry. The value of having the students in at a local workshop to see the technology in real life, I think brings a more of a hits home a bit more so that they can realise that this isn't just overseas doing this. This is in our backyard. It is local and there are real opportunities for them. So hopefully that inspires them to lean more into their studies and consider a career in automation and technology and manufacturing.
We hopped off the bus back here at TAFE and launched straight into our entrepreneurship masterclass, where we took students through the problem-solving cycle, helping them to research and really establish an understanding of the problem that they were solving. We're really passionate about having industry experts along to these kinds of events, so we were really lucky to have 3 of Orica's engineers in this workshop with us, speaking with the students and helping them really get down to what are the problems that are faced by manufacturing facilities here in the Toowoomba region. By the end of the day, the students had really warmed into the event. There was lots of chatter, lots of energy as they were starting to bring their pitches together. We're back here on day 2 at the TAFE, where we really wanted to expand the students' understanding of what's happening in industry. So we invited representatives from the University of Southern Queensland and TAFE to showcase the latest in innovation so that students could incorporate that into their pitches.
So in the morning session, we took a look at machine vision and AI tools and how they're being used and adapted in my setting in agriculture. We learned how computers interpret colour and how we can manipulate that to detect and classify objects. And then we started to take on the mindset of an applied researcher and started adapting those tools to the topics that they're pitching on tonight in manufacturing.
So today they used augmented reality welding, which gives them the ability to learn new processes. All students now are very digital literate, so they take to this learning very effectively. What this process does allows them to practice welding and takes all the hazards out of it that they've got associated with the practical elements of it, and they learn quicker. And then once we put them in that practical environment, they thrive. You could think about this in learning on lathe or moving machinery. You can do it in an augmented fashion so that they can learn quicker and taking out the hazards in that learning environment. In our other room today, we did an activity around problem solving and critical thinking. So the objective of that was the students to look at a problem. They needed to work as a group, so it was about teamwork. And then part of that teamwork was around coming up with a design and a plan to build a paper towel out of the materials they had at hand. If you think about in the advanced manufacturing, you've always got to come up with solutions and solve problems. So this gives them the skills and the training around how to think of that logically and find steps and solutions.
With the site visit complete, we returned to continue working on the pitches. We provided the opportunity for students to use AI to improve, as well as collaborating with our STEM educators and Orica engineers to really round out their pitches. After a short break, we welcomed parents and our expert panel judges to the TAFE auditorium, where we launched our Pitch Innovation Evening. Students and parents were afforded even more insight into manufacturing innovations with our guest speakers for the night. Then the students took the stage to deliver their pitches. At the end of the evening, we awarded the winner, though I must say there were some incredible ideas coming from these students. Just going to show how valuable it is to have industry events like this available to students in the community. Overall, it's been an incredible success. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the teachers, parents, students and industry partners that made this event possible. And it's been so fantastic to see the positive impact that this has had on the students.